Good evening. We are the Musica Vera Consort. It's our pleasure to bring the music of early times on the instruments for which it was written. We'll be showing you these instruments and playing them for you with songs, dances, and concert music from as early as 1400 and as late as the 16th century. So we'll start with a dance. Stands for 221. It's 221 of 312 dances that were published in one book called Terpsichore. Terpsichore was the goddess of the dance, and we have just a huge number of dances in this. The opening of our presentation tonight presents something that's very important to early music, and that's the concept of what a consort is. A consort is a group of like instruments. Now, they are not playing court tones. They're all playing melodic lines that fit together. We're going to show you that at the very opening where you hear the instruments coming in one after another. Soprano, tenor, bass, alto, and the second tenor. Cantigas de Santa Maria, there are songs for the Virgin Mary. This is called Poden, and it is an ancient song, and it's one of the ones that we like very much. It goes back to a king of Spain called Alfonso de Valais, who lived from 1221 to 1284. Their Poden is so old that it's new. songs of Robin Hood. It celebrates a heroic outlaw in English folklore, highly skilled archer who became known for robbing from the rich to give to the poor, assisted by his merry men. Both songs refer to his bow and arrow mastery, his love for Maid Marian, and his affinity for a brimming bowl and a goblet of the best. house from which we are playing music, there were 12 witches. And each one had a specific dance. We call the witches' second dance. The mask involved music, dancing, singing, and acting, with often very elaborate stage design. Although intended for professional actors and musicians, nobility often took part, including Henry VIII and Charles I, who were known to participate in masked dances.
Why?
usually takes a melody or a harmonic progression and varies on it, hence the name variation. I've taken the song that you just heard and tried to have a little bit of fun with it. So you'll recognize it, and you might recognize the fun that I've had with it. Thank you very much. The next selection is a long one. It's three brawls. A brawl is a dance, a pretty simple dance, where they move sideways. And I think we get our term brawl from the attitude and the gyrations that the people who dance the brawl went through. Three brawls from Hickory, the collection that I told you about with 312 different dances.
Oh
canzona. The canzona is an instrumental chanson, which is a song. And all the canzonas begin yum, dum, dum, dum. There are hundreds of them. This is a consort of chrome horns, and the chrome horn, as you might hear, is an instrument of very limited range. You only have 9 notes on it. The encapsulated reed also prevents the player from making loud or soft or getting any personal instrumentation, interpretation. It didn't make it into the Earl. First note.
Oh
melodic composition. And what he would do, he would wander through the countryside, and someone would take him in and feed him and put him up, and he would, as a reward, he would write a song for him. And these reward songs are called planksies. There are two planksies here, and we have as a soloist Jim Downey, who's going to play the penny flute. Penny flute.
Thank you.
to start with the Native American flute, and that this is Native American music. The Native American flute, the Native American flute is the Native American version of this. This is a tenor recorder. Very nice and round. And this made with, as it was back then, with either burning the middle of the wood out or boring it out with a slate knife. Very pretty, soft sound. Very nice. So we're going to start in this duck dance with the Native American flutes. And we'll see what we can add. Bass instrument with a double reed on it. It's about the same length as an alto recorder, but it actually is quite long. It has a double reed that I can do something with. The crumb horn, remember, I said has a limited range. When you get a reed that you can do something with, you can do things like this. Get the second octave if the phasing moves correct. You can also play loud and soft, which you cannot do on crumb horns. So this is called a racket, and it lasted beyond the Renaissance. The Renaissance racket is that over there. And it's quite different. Although the reed sticks out, the reed is not directly controlled. Other strange instruments that we have are the double reeds. The other double reeds, the shawms. We have a family of shawms here. The low one in there is the tenor. This is the niccolo, and that's the alto. You'll hear these in the last piece. And in the back row, the things that look like trombones are actually called sackbuts. Comes from two old French words meaning push and pull, which is pretty good. Any questions? Oh, the strings. I'm sorry. No, we're not ignoring the strings. We have the violin-like instrument, which is called the VL, and these are two different types. This is more of the German type, and this is more the Italian type. And then, on first base over here, we have the viola da gamba. The viola da gamba is a wonderful, wonderful instrument. It looks like a cello, but it is not at all. It's closely related to the orchestral double bass. If you look at an orchestral double bass, it has sloping shoulders like that, while the cello has rounded shoulders like that. So it's a completely different instrument. Any questions before we hit our last two? Did I answer all your questions? You did.
More.
last piece in play is a passo mezzo du roi. A passo mezzo is a dance. Passo mezzo means a step and a half. No one can explain what it means, but there are a lot of them. This one happens to be passo mezzo du roi, probably written in honor of the king who might actually dance it.